Okay, get a shot of these bad boys. Today we're gonna make sweet fried plantains with a little bit of queso fresco and crema, and they're gonna be absolutely delicious. This goes well with any sort of like Caribbean dish. This is a great side, it's just a great snack on its own. It's good with tacos, arepas, whatever you want. These are incredible, and yeah, let's make them. If you can get me killing this fly on camera. Fuck. All right, so the key to making really good fried plantains is making sure that they're really sweet. And to do that, you gotta make sure they're ripe. So you want them to be almost black. They need to be really, really ripe in order for them to be really sweet. Don't get the green ones unless you're making like tostones. Maybe I'll do a video on that, but that's like when you smash them down and fry them twice. But in order to get really delicious sweet plantains, you want it to be almost black. So we're gonna cut this one up right here. All right, so you just wanna kinda take the ends off and then get a slit right down the middle there. Now you just peel it open. There you go. Now you would think, because it's like this dark black, that it would be really kind of mushy like a banana, but it's actually really firm, it's perfect. So you kind of just want to cut these guys at a bias, you know, about a 1/4 inch here. The fly's back. We're being tortured by a fly right now. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, but until then. All right. Got these bad boys ready to go. This is the easiest recipe, by the way. This is like the perfect side dish for like tacos, jerk chicken, arepas. It's like the easiest side dish to make, and it's like super cheap. You know, one of these things is like 75 cents. So we're just gonna take these, toss them in a bowl here. Now in here, we're just gonna go ahead and throw in a bunch of brown sugar. Also, when it comes to brown sugar, pro tip, if you don't want that like giant brick of brown sugar, which happens every time you buy brown sugar and you leave it in your pantry for like 10 years because you bought it to make cookies one day and then you never use it again, what you can do is just get plain regular white sugar and throw a little bit of it in a food processor with some molasses. Where's the molasses? Grandma's molasses. This stuff, this is not sponsored. Nobody even watches these videos, so don't worry about that. But this stuff, like this will stay in your fridge good forever. And a little like spoonful of this into some sugar will turn regular sugar into brown sugar. That's how I made this. So, got some brown sugar in. I'm gonna grate with the microplane a little bit of cinnamon. How this comes out of here anyway. Ow. All right, what you don't wanna do is use a microplane and microplane your fingers off. So what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of this, the whole thing actually, and just pop it in a pestle and mortar and see how this goes. You can see it's getting there. This seems like the way to go.
Much later.
You can see in there a little bit. You learn something new every day. Turns out my microplane isn't quite as sharp as I thought it was. But this seems to be working just fine. All right. Now, ground cinnamon goes into this too. Not too much. There we go. Now we're just gonna really toss this. All right, got these plantains. They're coated. If you see them not too coated, you know, hit it with that little extra sugar in there. There we go. All right. Now, this guy's getting hot. We're gonna take some vegetable oil, something with like a high smoke point. We're just gonna coat the bottom here. So you're gonna make sure that you get the whole bottom of your pan filled. I'm using a cast iron skillet, but you know, you could go stainless steel, non-stick, whatever you got. This thing was like $11 a skillet, and I use it for 90% of the things that I make. So highly recommend getting a cast iron skillet. Let that get hot for a moment. This thing. Okay, the oil's hot, so we're gonna go ahead and throw these in here. You don't want to crowd the pan too much because it'll bring the temp down in the pan. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop them in one at a time. Perfect. You just want to keep an eye on these so that they don't burn. It should be about 2 minutes per side, but depending on how hot your pan is, what kind of pan you're using, it could differ. So just keep an eye on them, check the bottoms every few minutes, and you'll know when they're good. They're gonna look perfectly golden delicious. Even if they burn a little bit, they're still gonna be great. And yeah, check out them in a minute. We're gonna check on these bad boys, see how they're doing. So I wanna try and find like one of the first ones you put in. And there we are, it's getting nice and golden. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna give these a flip. They're starting to look like they're getting cooked. Some parts of your pan might be hotter than others, so in that case, just kind of like move them around, make sure they're getting all cooked evenly. And if some of them don't look quite as done on one side, you can always flip it again, give it a little bit extra heat on the other side. But I'm gonna give these the first flip all at the same time. All right, so while these guys are cooking for the next couple of minutes, I just want to give you a quick message for my friends at the Better Internet Initiative Fund, and that is to just go out and vote this year. You can go to www.vote.org and simply enter in your address, and it'll give you all of the information you need. Whether it's voting by mail, if you don't feel safe going to the polls, or it'll tell you where your polls are. You got to exercise your right to vote, and this year is no different. It's actually probably more important than any other year. So go ahead, get out there and vote. All right, now some of these, I'm just gonna flip again. That seemed like they could use a little bit more color on the first side. If you could smell this room right now, it's incredible. It's just like caramelized sugar, basically. These plantains, by the way, like you don't even have to put any sugar on them. There's so much natural sugar in the plantain that you can cook them as is and just hit it with a little bit of salt, or do like crema and queso fresco like we're gonna do later. But I mean, the extra sweetness is just, it never hurt anybody, let's be real. A lot of people, I think, seed these in the grocery store and think that they're like just weird bananas, but they're absolutely delicious, totally different, the difference between like a banana and a plantain is like a plantain is way more starchy and it just doesn't taste that good eaten raw, but cooked like this is just like, they're absolutely incredible, hands down. Best, easiest snack to make at home. All right, so these guys are perfectly caramelized on both sides. They look absolutely delicious. I'm sure you can hear that sizzle in there. Yeah, we're gonna plate these up. So go ahead and grab a plate. Grab your plantains. These are some real sticky boys, so. You also don't want to eat these too fast out the skillet because they'll really burn your mouth. You gotta be careful when you're caramelizing sugar. These also, by the way, incredible with ice cream, whipped cream. Can't really go wrong any way you want to prepare these. There we go. A little plantain mountain for you. Now, yes, you can 100% eat these just like this. Obviously wait for them to cool down so you don't singe your mouth off. But what I'm gonna do is hit it with a little bit of flaky salt here. That will really bring out the sweetness actually. And now I'm gonna take a little bit of crema and just give it a little, you know, it makes it look a little fancier. Put in a little squeeze bottle. You can get these guys for like $1 on Amazon. Then top it with a little queso fresco. And there you go. Fried plantains with a little bit of salt, queso fresco, and crema. Delicious. Let's get in here and give these guys a taste. Yeah, it's like perfect sweet, salty combo, crunchy. These are absolutely delicious. Can't go wrong. Even if you just have a plantain and some salt, fry it up, hit it with the salt, you're good to go. Fried plantains. That's it.